All right. Okay. Call to order the special council meeting for Wednesday, January 8th, 2025. I'd like to start off by acknowledging that we are gathered on the Treaty 8 First Nations territory, the long-standing presence of the elders and ancestors of Treaty 8. And through this acknowledgement, we extend recognition and respect to the BC Treaty 8 First Nations and all those who call the Peace Country home. Moving on to 3.1, special council meeting agenda for January 8th. Recommendation that council adopts the January 8th, 2025 special council agenda as presented. Can I get a seconder? Councillor Wall, thank you. Any discussion regarding the presented agenda? All those in favor? And that's unanimous and carried. New business, no items. Moving on to number 5, bylaws. 5.1. Anyone want to read that?
Recommend that council gives third reading to adopt bylaw number 1060, council procedure bylaw 2024.
Seconded by Councillor Woodall, thank you. Any discussion regarding the bylaw? Councillor Rebel, I was waiting.
Well, because it's the third reading, but we previously mentioned adjustment essentially to say that social media feeds are the secondary source, the primary source being public posting and the website. I assume in some future communication policy we'll define exactly what it means by social media, but social media is an ever-evolving landscape which will change from time to time. So I think defining each specific one would limit this bylaw. I think just, anyways, I get where it's going. I appreciate the amendments. I think it's kind of straddling both opinions on this matter, so thank you for that. Yeah, thank you. It wasn't a question, I guess it was a comment.
Yeah, it was a comment, that's fine. Any other comments or questions regarding the bylaw? Okay, so all those in favor, oh yeah.
Administrative note just for a motion requiring an exception to the public notice posting places for the special agenda meeting tonight. We only had it posted on the village office website as well as our social media feeds, and it wasn't physically posted at the administrative office. So we will need a motion adhering to that and recognizing it.
Okay, so we can do that after we adopt the bylaw, then we can, okay, no worries. All those in favor of adopting bylaw number 106, oh, do you want me to do third reading then adoption? Sorry about that. All those in favor of the third reading of adoption of bylaw number 1060, council procedure, bylaw 2024.
Well, just a point of order, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
If I may, so in the original bylaw that we're acting upon, it requires that it be posted for a meeting, it be posted, and then that it be published if a newspaper is available, and that it be posted on the website. So should we do the order the other way, that we allow this meeting by unanimous consent due to a variation in notice time and then proceed with enacting the bylaw? Because how could we do one without the other?
Well, it gets a little bit difficult because we've already got this motion on the floor, so we'd be making a motion within a motion. So that's where it gets a little bit difficult.
You could rescind the motion.
We could very easily do the third reading of this bylaw. Then we could move into proceeding without the door notice, and then we could adopt, if that is easier for you.
Technically, none of it can happen until we all consent that we waive the notice requirement.
Well, the notice requirement still happened, though. It just wasn't on the door.
It just wasn't on the door, that's correct.
Yeah.
So it still happened. We just would have to acknowledge exception to that, and that can happen at any time during proceedings.
Yeah, so like the 24-hour notice did still happen. It was still on our website and our social media. It just got missed on the door, but there was technically still public notice.
In 2 meetings.
In two mediums, yeah. So we're totally fine.
I think it should proceed though, if it may, because if we do not unanimously consent to overriding it, then the meeting therefore can't occur. So in order to make business of the meeting occur, we have to consent that the meeting exists.
I know that's a point of clarification I'm not 100% sure on. Are you 100% sure on that?
We can make a motion acknowledging that it is preceding the adoption as well as third reading. So it will be a retroactive motion.
Be a motion within a motion, yeah.
Or an amendment to the motion. One of those two proceedings.
Okay, that also works. Councillor Wall?
My suggestion is, as per our current bylaw, that we would be repealing with this bylaw. We have to have it posted on the door, unless we have unanimous consent to proceed with the meeting. So my recommendation would be to rescind the current motion, have a motion to continue with this meeting, with unanimous consent by council, and then remake the motion to continue with the third reading, and then this problem won't happen again.
Do we need to rescind the motion, or can we just table it?
We can table.
We can just table it, then move on, and then come back.
Okay, that also works good. You'd like to
Yeah.
make that motion?
I make the motion to table the adoption of bylaw 1060/2025, 2024?
Yeah. Until after
Until after a motion takes place to
continue.
continue with the meeting, barring public notice on the door.
Exception of public.
With the exception of public notice.
Barring.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get a seconder on that? Seconded by Councillor Woodall. Any discussion regarding tabling it until after the motion? Councillor Rattle?
So we've posted publicly, members of the public were notified in an appropriate manner to attend this meeting. Therefore, this meeting is deemed legitimate through that process. However, we have to have a super extraordinary approval unanimously to make sure that we've got that notice period.
Make sure we've covered all of our bases.
I wish there were people here, you know.
Yeah. Just always imagine there's 800 of them watching.
Of course.
Okay, any other discussion regarding tabling it? All those in favor? And that is unanimous and carried. Thank you very much. Okay, would you like to make the motion about?
No.
No?
I'll make the motion to
Waive.
waive the portion of the council procedure bylaw that requires us to post on the village office door to continue with this meeting as a one-time exception for this meeting.
And what's the date of this meeting? Maybe just say it.
January 8th, my watch is wrong, January 8th, 2025.
Can I get a seconder on that? Seconded by Councillor Johnston, thank you. Any discussion regarding the waiving for this meeting?
We still met our obligations under the community charter. Yes. And the local government act. Whoop. And the local government act.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
You did your boy for a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, okay.
Budget hasn't passed yet, so.
Well, I just have to assure that our obligations have been met as a part of the liability of that motion.
Yeah. Okay. Councillor Wall?
I just want to reiterate that as well, that our legal obligations have been met to the community charter and the local government act. And the reason that we need to have this motion is because of our own bylaw requires that we have such a motion in a situation where we've forgotten to. I feel it's a genuine, non-malicious error.
Yeah.
Just someone forgot to put the thing on the door. So.
And the motion is required to meet the needs of the local government act as well as the community charter.
Thank you for bringing it up. I didn't realize it wasn't posted on the door. So.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Does this motion meet those requirements?
It does.
Okay.
Okay. All right, may I call the question? All those in favor of waiving for this meeting, the one-time waiving of this January 8th, 2025 special meeting?
Of the notice?
Yeah, of the door notice. Okay, that's.
Of the specific requirement involved with the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you opposed or for it?
I'm for it because
Okay.
without unanimous consent it fails, and then we're not having a meeting right now.
We all go home.
Well, we'll solve all this.
Well, there were other ways that it was notified. The public was notified.
Okay, that's unanimous and carried. Wonderful. All right, moving back to bylaw number 1060, council procedure bylaw, third reading. That's now back on the floor and has been seconded. Any discussion regarding the bylaw? Or comment, I guess?
It'd have to be brought back. It'd have to be moved and seconded, is my understanding.
Yeah.
Point of order is how I allowed
No
myself to
worries.
speak just then.
Point of order, sir, on that, because we tabled the motion, we stopped it where it was, with no vote, so it's still on the floor, it just needs to be called to a vote, does it not? Because it's been tabled, it
Call
hasn't
for
been
review and then
rescinded.
call for vote.
Yeah.
Chair's discretion.
As far as I know, it comes back as it originally was. It doesn't need to be seconded again, is that?
That's correct.
That is correct. Yeah, so it does not need to be further seconded. Who seconded it last time?
We had it seconded by Councillor Woodall.
Councilor Whittle. Okay, and you're still comfortable with your seconding? Okay.
Sorry, the irony of bringing up all these procedural sticking points on the bylaw about procedure. That's not missed.
No worries. Okay, any other comment or discussion? Okay, all those in favor of third reading and adoption of bylaw number 1060, council procedure bylaw number 2024. And that is unanimous and carried. Thank you very much. Okay.
We'll make a motion, we adjourn.
One question.
And motion to adjourn by Councillor Whittle, and I'll second that motion. Thank you.
Okay, well that's the meeting.
Yeah, you gotta bang your gavel now.
There you go. Bye.